Hi, Insta.
That's them.
Hi,
That's
Instagram. Hi, YouTube and Facebook.
And anyone else out there who's...
Oh, Instagram's telling our followers we're on live. Hello. Hi, tribe. Hello, tribe.
Get that bullhorn, you know, like the Ricola commercials, you know, at the top of the mountain.
Ricola.
Yeah, Ricola.
Oh, am I going to get in trouble? Because I think that's...
Well, we didn't use the actual sound bite. Then we might be in trouble.
Then we could be in trouble.
Possibly.
We're going to start the show in about 5 seconds. I'm trying out that, you know, that whole like talk low and sexy thing that's supposed to relax you.
Mm-hmm.
Hi,
Does everyone
Instagram.
feel more relaxed?
Hi, YouTube. Hi, Facebook. Tonight's going to be interesting. All right, let's just dive right in. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Tribe of Eden TV True Version show this Wednesday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, as we live stream here on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. Hello, hello, hello. Niall is saying echo, echo, echo. Can everybody hear us okay? Are we good? You have the Gothica Dramatica going down.
Gothica Dramatica.
That is
so
a
they
good
can hear
one,
that?
Niall. Okay. I'm hearing it there. Okay, so
is there anything coming out of there?
To the Tribe of Eden show.
No, right?
They can hear us. Yeah, we're good.
All right.
All right. So tonight's show is going to be a little different because there's a lot to laugh
different
about.
How?
Because there's a lot to
I don't know if I like
about.
Different. Change is hard.
Change is so hard. But there's a lot to laugh about because I mean, just when you think you can see it all, then I haven't seen enough because things keep showing up all over social media. And a lot of times we are just on, honestly, to find funny videos because we like to watch comedians and things like that, people we follow. But sometimes you get these infiltrations from these other people. And some of the stuff that we see on our feed is just absolutely insane.
I find it particularly fun to wake up, get out of bed, and wonder which actual set of a movie am I going to be the background actor on today?
Right?
Because that was something that I used to do. You know, that was a job on the side, background acting. Now this is just regular reality in life. It's like, oh my God, there's like an actual scene going on right now.
Yeah.
From that movie that I saw so long ago. It's almost like it was predictively programmed into my brain for this very moment.
And that's another thing I have to say that I'm noticing in real life, physical world. I'm remembering things that have already been in the movies, like you just said. And that's the memory that keeps popping up. I'm like, hey, wait a minute, I saw this movie before. And actually we have.
Right.
Except that it's all over our news.
Right.
It's all over social media. How strange is that? And people still don't get it. It's like, what is that joke where like years ago and the person kept running into the wall and they go back and run in the wall, roll back, run. That's what I feel like many of the robots and the sheep are doing. They
So that
they look like
knee-jerk response.
they're glitching.
How are you today, sir?
What's next?
Oh, yes. Could you just bring up my groceries? I
Mm-hmm.
have to go to the bathroom. I will return shortly.
Yep.
And then you're just staring at the person and you're like, what's happening? Are you going to ring those up? I am waiting to be relieved so that I can be relieved.
That's what happened to me.
Well,
He's
I'm
totally
relieved.
being honest. That happened to me in a very red circle with a dot store. I seriously thought the kid was robotic the way he was talking to me.
Oh, you went to Bullseye.
Bullseye.
Yeah, you went to Bullseye.
I went to Bullseye with a capital T.
And wasn't that so funny that you're just minding your own business?
Yeah.
And then
Just trying to check out.
you're just trying. Well, not even before that. You're just kind of, moseying around, minding your own business. You're like, man, I'm sailing. Right? As soon as you start to become self-aware of how well you're doing, that's when the matrix goes, wait. Is that bio brain feedback? Is someone happy? And then what did that person?
Are you talking about the woman
with the phone? Yeah.
The woman who threw the entire plastic bin at another woman and said, "Bitch, this is gonna go viral," and she's running around with her cell phone in the woman's face
with her children.
The one
diapered
yelling
up to their eyeballs, spinning around in the cart.
Has muzzles up to her eyeballs. Her kids all have muzzles on, and she's yelling at the one who's non-muzzled and screaming at the top of her lungs. And
I think she ran into like a Colombian or a Dominican or something.
Yeah, somebody not far off from me.
She was ready to pull.
Yeah, it was like a mirrored image of me. That's how I would have gotten it. Somebody came in my face the way this, but that's not the first time. I've had these, and it's always the same hair color for some reason for me. But 3 of these females have jumped into my space in the same way in the last 3 days.
And I never see this particular archetype of female. They're everywhere in her space. She's like, "Did you see it?" I was like, "Yeah." Where? Right over there. And it's like they're turning the corner.
Yeah.
I'm like, "Are you sure that are they with us in this room right now?" Right? It's like one of those things you have to double check.
Then on top of it, I didn't want to be on camera, so I ran down the aisle and I said,
because she was making everybody go viral.
She seriously was. She's
like just kind of swinging it over her head like a GoPro
in her accent, and she was not stopping. She was like, "Don't you talk to me that way? I will beat your motherfucker."
The beautiful enforcement authorities, aka the employees of Bullseye, had to escort them out.
Yes, well, they attempted to. It continued on all the way. I don't even think they got to check out, but I got to check out with somebody who was, I think, an implant of some sort, because I've never seen someone scan looking straight ahead, and this person did not have a disability, basically staring at me like something you see in a movie.
Unless self-awareness is a disability.
And had a hat on and was scanning as he was staring at me, and then grabbed something and said, "Are you sure you want this, ma'am?" And I said, "That's toothpaste." And he said, "My dentist told me this is going to ruin your teeth."
It's
and I said, "Oh," I said, "Is that because it's natural?" Oh. He says, "Yeah, I recommend go getting the crest." No joke. This is no joke. This happened to me. And I said, "No, I'm good. It's all natural. There's no fluoride."
There's some other issues with Crest.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe.
There was no fluoride. It had a little bit of charcoal in it, because I like the charcoal, makes your teeth white. And he continues to scan.
And it's like, why would you listen to your dentist's recommendance anyway? He only makes money if your teeth rot out of your face.
Does he get a kickback?
No, I mean, think about it. It's like,
sell all these crusts, bud. Tell me how many you give, and I'll give you a kickback. Seriously. Then
it's like the people that do.
What was the other thing he held up? And he's like, "Do you want this?"
What was it? Cereal of some kind or something?
I honestly cannot remember. He asked me if I wanted the second item, and I thought, why would I walk around the store grabbing these items to not want it at the end? Yes, I want it. Why are you asking me this? And then he goes, "I'm sorry. I have to get somebody to come and relieve me because I have to run to the bathroom. He stops my order. He stops scanning and he calls the little light thing on. So somebody comes and has to finish and complete my order. I'm telling you, it was something out of the Twilight Zone. I've never seen anything like it. No joke. No joke. No joke.
Right? It's like all the dentists going around saying, you should get into CrossFit. CrossFit's a really good, that's a really healthy, safe type of training to be involved in, because you know who loves CrossFit? Dentists and chiropractors.
Yeah. It was crazy.
It's
been crazy. So I'm sure many of you have very similar stories. We're starting to laugh about them. I know the latest. I mean, if you're missing some of the TikToks we're doing, we're here to lighten the mood because we're to the point. I've seen it all. I think it started for me to the point where I lost my shit is when the grope, hint, hint, grope, it rhymes with grope.
Dope rhymes with dope.
It rhymes with dope. It rhymes with grope.
Right.
Basically came on a video to tell us, which is part of the Project Bluebeam.
Right.
Which is the show tonight. Bluebeam, baby, blah, 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 blah. So long story short, I think it's funny that we have somebody who's in this position up here, which is the phase 4 of the Project Bluebeam that was written about in the 50s. Just so we're clear, this is all already played out. That was already published and written about in the 50s. But anyway,
even before that,
I think that did it for me. When this person who now denounces faith, who has been all about faith for hundreds of centuries, now all of a sudden sits on this high throne and says, if you have God in your heart, or you worship God outside of the church, that's a no-no. That was it for me. I thought, have you lost your fucking shit?
No, it's an announcement.
It is, because they're denouncing that unless you pay us big bucks and stay within a structure, if you have faith outside of a structure in this one particular structure, then all of a sudden that's not okay.
But I mean, that's been kind of the unspoken elephant in the room, was that's how they've always thought. Now they're just coming out and saying it, right? They've always been like, well, you need to go talk to a priest about that, don't you? Don't you think? I don't think you can be cleaned of your sins until you basically intercede with a priest who will intercede with Jesus, who will then, give a good word to God for you, basically.
Exactly.
Right? So now they're just coming out and being...
I couldn't. I had to laugh. I'm like, I'm done. I have God here, number one first. That will never change for me.
Well, then you saw that
Greek heart.
Orthodox...
I'm good to go.
That Greek, what was it, Greek Orthodox gentleman that was outside of the Vatican after the thing, and he was like, heretic, heretic! He was screaming at him.
The Greek guy was screaming at him.
Screaming at him.
I thought that was the best.
Well, I mean,
don't mess with those Greeks. I have a lot of them in my life.
And I think a lot of it is a lot of Catholics aren't practicing Catholics, and it's just kind of like, well, what's Catholic? What is it? What is your Catholic faith to you? Well, I go to Mass. Okay, and then what? Well, sometimes I have to go to confession, and that sucks. Yeah. And it's like, okay, what else? I just basically do whatever my priest tells me to do. Well, do you know anything about having a personal relationship with God or what Jesus is supposed to be? Like I said, I'm not really a practicing Catholic, right? That's what it's come down to. It's just kind of so people just go, well, my pastor or my priest or whatever they say, I'm just supposed to do it because that's how I get into heaven. That's just pretty much what it is, right? And I can pretty much fuck off all day long anyway and just go confess, and I'm all forgiven. So it's all good.
I don't know.
Right?
Yeah. Either way, I've seen it all. Then today,
and
a study came out that
in our predictions, what did I say? After he makes a specific announcement, and the announcement was about you're not allowed to have a personal relationship with basically Christ. So that would be an antichrist statement. Just saying, just if there was a vibration of an antichrist type of non-sovereignty, that's what it would be like.
If anyone knows about Project Bluebeam, the whole goal is to have a one world religion, one world order.
But after he says
with the Antichrist on the throne, that is the original intent from 1954.
bye. He's supposed to go away.
Yeah. In the predictions, we were told that once the announcement came out, he would be ill. And now we're seeing the reports come about that his health is ill. It's like, you don't need to be a psychic medium to literally know the next move. It is like we have the game book, folks.
Just follow the money.
In our hand.
Yep.
And it's like so predictable. We're like, oh, you reading something and you go, oh, the next move. Oh, the next move is going to be this. No joke. The next move, this is the new video circulating. I've seen it. I thought I saw it all after the Pope.
Right.
Yeah, no. I saw it all the other day after. When I had a video circulate where now you can only get food and water if you've gotten the juice jab. And the way you get it is because they're in these big storage containers that you have to scan your head, like when we did with this is why I told people.
She's been saying for a long time, don't let them put that temperature thing against your third eye.
I was yelling at these little people would come around in the restaurants. I gotta take your temperature. Exactly. I go, get that fucking thing away from you. Do not scan my wrist.
I swear
we can't
to God,
scan your wrist.
They're running around like they think they're in Battlestar Galactica.
They were scanning between my eyebrow. I'm like, you are not messing with my third eye.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, now that third eye, that temperature gauge is now on these big containers, and on the side is the retinal one too. And it tells you, it censors, not tells you, can't so clearly, it censors if you've gotten the juice jab, and if you did, then you can eat and drink. No, and we said this we talked about this. We said it was coming, that they're going to pull out all stops.
And who's the first that gets affected?
Pull out all stops.
Everyone that's on some sort of government supplemental income. Everyone that's in some sort of welfare program or on food stamps or something. All the people that need it the most will be taken from them if they don't do what they say. Right? Yeah. I mean, it's looking like every day I wake up and I feel like I'm in that movie, Idiocracy. If you've never seen that movie, try to find it.
God.
It's basically that, like, after some sort of dystopian fallout happened, everyone's forgotten all of their knowledge, and basically all of society's been dumbed down through all chemicals and all kinds of stuff, to the point where they don't even have common sense. So the one guy walks over and he was like, why are you spraying these fields with soda, Mountain Dew or whatever? And like, oh, Mountain Dew is, they're the main sponsors of our gardens or whatever. And it's like, I'm pretty sure you use water, because this guy's from the past. He got pushed into the future, into an alternate reality. He's like, I'm pretty sure you use water. And they're like, dude, you can't be saying that stuff around here. You're talking crazy talk, right? Like that kind of thing. And he's like, I'm pretty sure you just use water. And so they decide to use water, and then the plants actually start to grow, and there's no famine anymore. And they're like, he's our next president. Like, that's where it's come down to. Mm-hmm. He's so smart, he's the president.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So it's been something. And then today, I had to throw this one out. The TikTok video I did today, I had to rush and tell Walker, so he's saved, just in case he didn't see it, that the cold weather, who, by the way, us Midwesterns in the United States, and I'm sure in the upper parts of Canada and the upper parts of the colder, like Iceland and northern Wisconsin and like Maine and like where we get these snows, Alaska, you can't pull this shit on us. We can endure anything when it comes to the cold. But apparently now the cold weather coming up
for the first time.
Now, it's been now found that the cold weather causes blood clots. Okay, think about this. Blood clots and heart attacks. No joke.
You think maybe
done.
They had
I'm done.
Probably recorded this in Siberia?
None.
By this time, you think they would know?
What they're trying to say is that that's going to be what we're going to see happen, and it's coming from the juice.
And if that's the case,
and so they have to blame something else other than
Hawaii
the juice.
Could have a lot of people with these issues, right? Because they're supposed to get a blizzard in Hawaii.
Oh yeah, that's that thought I saw it all. Then another thing pops up. It's supposed to blizzard in Hawaii. What? What? Does anyone here know about HARP? Do you even does anyone know
like
what
an angel harp?
HAARP? Does anyone know CERN? CERN. Go down the rabbit hole. What did I say?
No, I think you spelled it right. It just sounds like something I was supposed to join when I turned 60.
Oh, oh, that's pretty funny.
That's the heavenly version.
I
right?
like that. I like that. No, we are not on drugs, folks. If you're looking and asking
We've just
why
gotten
we're in
to
such
the
a
point.
good mood, we're so fucking off the chart jovial.
It's just gotten to a point that
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
you look at everything out there, right, coming from the Ministry of Truth, right, which is the thought police and the official, truth propaganda. Everything out there is such a push of just fear. Everything's getting worse. This is just, oh, look, something shifted. Oh, look, there was another agenda to it. Oh, it's a false awakening, a false light. Oh, look, this thing's happening. It looks like, the previous POTUS is coming back. Oh, no, that's just it's all of this hype stuff to go up and down. But in a joyful vibration, joy, meaning it's not this elation and it's not this depression. It's simply on this, what I would call like this Fibonacci sequence, this very, very even keel God source energy.
Can I interject
really
quick what you just said?
Interject all day.
I have to say something. The funny part about what you just said too, that you might want to interject, is the World King has never left.
True.
Everything you're watching is from a movie set.
But I'm saying like an announcement.
It's from a movie set.
Right.
It's so funny. World King's still very much running everything.
And DC isn't running very well.
Yeah, well, it's empty. There's nothing there.
Right.
So I just think Coastal, go ahead. I'm sorry.
You got shells of buildings to pretend like, there's stuff. But it's basically like walking down the street and seeing cardboard cutouts,
Yeah.
Which was actually back when I was in the military, that was something that the enemy, insurgents, whatever you want to call them, they were actually using decoy cardboard cutout tanks on the horizon to make the soldiers think like, and they were pretty detailed, pretty good artists, but they were making these cardboard tanks and actually building them out of cardboard. They looked, but if you get close to them, obviously, to like make them think that they had military tanks, before they were just, it was given to them recently. We'll just put it that way.
And then as we just get finished saying that nothing can move us anymore, nothing can surprise us, we've seen it all, pop goes the weasel. Now a video game begins to circulate.
Fauci?
No.
Oh.
Now we're not going to put it up
excited.
yet. We're going to wait till after the commercial break. But now a video game begins to circulate based on something we've been seeing and playing
and something
out for years.
We've actually been recording about what kind of system actually is working within this dome in our verses in the Tribe of Eden on demand. So this is kind of crazy. But remember, all of these video games, all these movies and things, they're the news. They're telling you what's supposedly supposed to be new within your reality. It's been around for 150 years. But it's the new thing that they're going to introduce us to, like rats in a maze, right? Here's this new thing we're putting in there. And everyone goes, oh, what's that? Instead of, wait, how long have you had this? Because I could have swore I could have seen it right through the glass. It's sitting over there the whole time. We've seen it in the movies. But because it's a movie, in our translation, we think, oh, that's fiction. That doesn't exist in this reality. Thus,
I got it.
What is it?
Nothing. Go ahead. He's lost so much.
You're lost?
Yeah, you lost me.
How the fuck did you get lost?
Because you put me inside the window and so I don't know what I was staring at.
You're rats. Rats in a cage.
Okay.
The movies that are being played are on a screen,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
I swear to God, I saw that on the screen somewhere. And then it's introduced into the cage, and you're like, oh my God, this exists. But it's just little pieces.
All little pieces of,
Because
he's
then
basically saying that we, the people, are seeing little bits and pieces show up in the dome that we've already seen play out in the movies.
many times.
There it is. Niall, did that help?
And whatever you think your government is up to, times it by 10, and you'll be somewhere close to the truth of about 150 years difference of future technology that they're keeping from us.
Okay.
There it is.
There you go. So now it's commercial break, and
What?
we're gonna like elaborate and go down the rabbit hole on this subject very quickly. It's Bluebeam, baby. Go.
Bluebeam,
Go. Commercial break.
Okay, working.
Let's
on
do it.
There we go. And we're back.
And we're back from the break. Thank you for tuning into the Tribe of Eden TV True Version Show. If you want to join us on more detailed, juicy stuff, join us in the Tribe of Eden Vimeo subscription group. For $20 a month, you get unlimited streaming of the book release of the Tribe of Eden book that Walker and I have done in video format.
Mhm.
You get tons of bonus videos with every week new predictions. You get our galactic chats with alien species. You get our light codes. The light codes are insane lately.
Think about a
Yeah.
DNA light code
We
activation.
give you teaching videos, all kinds of stuff for $20 a month. So go to vimeo.com/on-demand/Tribe of Eden. All right. So it's lit up. We're moving into the second book. We're completing our first book, and we're moving on because we have a trilogy. So we're moving on to the second book. But in the Tribe of Eden TV Vimeo subscription group, our new season is
Uncensored
Truths. So now we're getting into truths about MK Ultra, mind control, projects that are going on, human experiments, cloning, all kinds of stuff.
Well, it's deciphering the mind control matrix.
Yes. So yeah, so we got lots of juicy stuff coming up in there. So
and you definitely need the first series
yes, you
of the
need
book
the book
to make sense of the second.
so it makes
so
sense.
it all kind of pieces together
to the
because we're
second
about
part.
to finish that up.
Yep. So
So Bluebeam,
Bluebeam, baby. All right, so back to what we were talking about before we went, and I had to pull Walker back down, is
You can't even do it.
what I can't because I don't have that here. We were talking about just when I thought I saw it out, this video game is circulating. Okay. And folks, it's been in our face for years, a long time, about literally humans being eaten. I mean, let's just get down to the real thing. It's so in your face. It's not even funny. It's all over Hollywood. You know, there's something called Pizzagate. There's been movies, documentaries. You've had, you know, so many artists come out and actresses and actors coming out and trying to warn people and tell you, not to mention there's an actual Church of Satan right in California. And there is what would you call the restaurant where they serve human? It's called the Cannibal Restaurant, correct?
Yeah.
In California. This is real. We're not making it up. This isn't conspiracy shit. This is real. So,
and you're finding a lot more people
yes,
coming out and saying it. Yeah.
You know, me being in the industry of medical, there's many reasons. I have never disclosed why I fully couldn't wait to get the fuck out. One day, very soon, I'm going to start giving details on why, because I already knew intuitively what was happening, and now we're seeing things play out more and more. So, long story short, organ harvesting is real. This has been going on for so long. Not to mention the black market.
Since the Egyptians, I mean, even before
I mean, seriously.
Than an actual market.
And it's becoming more and more visible to us.
Egyptian times. Sorry, not Egypt. Egyptian.
It's becoming more and more visible to us now with the luxury of social media, and they're not hiding it anymore. When we say they, you know exactly who I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
The elitists, this cult, this deep state cabal.
Really?
They're not, you know, human sex trafficking is $150 billion industry that is only for a certain cult-like group of people.
That sounded like a protected organization to me.
And it's been around for so long. I mean, it's right in our face all the time. There's videos, movies, symbols, all kinds of stuff. But now, in the light of our 2021, where it's so in our face, now there's a video game circulating. Let's show them, just so everybody can laugh with us.
Yeah, and I'll read it for
This is a video game now for our children and adults.
Well, I mean, technically, they're not thinking children are going to do it, but
oh, please.
Children actually.
Here we go.
You know,
this is no joke. He actually pulled the game up, the official game up.
Yeah. So. If you can look at it here.
Just look at the name. Ready? And for those on Instagram, I got to tell you the name. It's called Space Warlord Organ Trading Simulator. And when you click the button to watch how the game is, the trailer, you actually get to sell organs and go through a pool as if you're really trying to harvest and purchase and sell,
now pay
like
attention.
trading organs.
Pay attention to Space Warlord. So you're not just trading on planet. This is very, very important.
Yeah, you're trading with aliens.
This. Right. So
yeah, they're telling us.
I'm going to read this. All right.
That the aliens trade with us.
You can now be the space warrior organ trader you've always wanted to be, and an indie developer and publisher, Scaffold Studios,
I'm all in.
recently announced in its newest game.
I'm all in. I didn't even catch what they said. You can be the space warlord organ traders that you always wanted to be. Who would have known?
Space Warlord Organ Trading Simulator is currently planned for release sometime later this year. Space Warlord Organ Trading Simulator, or SWATs, is from the studio with a penchant for unique and intriguing video game names, it seems, as the studio announced in April of the last year that it's working on, quote, an airport for aliens currently run by dogs. So if you know anything about the Egyptian pharaohs, and you know about Anubis, and you know what they used with Canis Major as a species of hybrid human dogs, there you go. Accompanying the SWAT's announcement was the game's first trailer, which briefly shows some gameplay clips of what it's like when you are living out your galactic organ repossessor fantasies in video game form.
No joke, he's reading it right off of the article.
The devs bill SWATs as a humorous sci-fi body horror market tycoon game you never knew you needed.
I don't even know.
As a galactic organ trader, you ply your fleshy meat part products to a universe full of clients of both human and alien variety. You need to start being introduced that this might be happening, okay?
They have to introduce it.
That
is what's happening.
The game's economy is based entirely around the harvest and sale of bodily organs, and features dozens of commodities and competing traders with their own personalities and business goals, and a quote dark comedic storytelling.
Apparently,
by
it's funny.
Xavier Nelson Jr.,
Yeah.
the lead writer and responsible for Airport for Aliens, currently run by dogs, and Hypnospace Outlaw.
That's good. We'll leave it there. So I think they get the point.
But this, if this is for kids, listen, because if this is for kids, this teaches them about a market system. It says Scaffold Studios also states you'll be playing with full organ trading business sim mechanics, including a constantly changing market with trends you'll have to closely monitor.
Oh, good.
Numerous
Away
clients'
from their homework.
requests from a strange, evolving, and desperate universe, as well as a wide variety of quests, events, and items. There is something called dynamic cargo hold mechanics that allows organs you're transporting to drain and boost each other or explode in awful little pieces. But think about it.
You gotta be
Transporting-
so sick. Fuck.
Transporting actual tissues through space, you can imagine that there can be all kinds of different damaging things that can occur due to, you know, the difference in the environment. So it's very interesting how it's teaching a child or someone that's playing how to get into a market, even though it's a game and it's all fun and it's satire, sure. But think about it. If it has an actual trading simulation where you're looking at trends, you got to buy, you got to sell, you got to deal with these interesting individuals that want these maybe off-market type of things, it can get pretty seedy when it comes into, you know, art imitating life.
I think it's pretty funny where it says numerous client requests from a strange, evolving, and desperate universe.
That's a quote, a strange, evolving, and desperate universe.
So we are in a strange time, and we are evolving into the dark forces of this dome that we live in. And desperate, they are dumbing us down and taking away our sovereignty so we can become desperate. They're, you know, the fourth objective, if you will, is to basically create famish. And then right after that, they're going to pull out all stops of the hologram, where they're going to put all these different, you know, religious figures in the sky, and they're going to be all literally pushing a button so that everybody just watch the skies and what's playing out. You're going to see pictures of God and Jesus and Mary and Christ and Zeus and all kinds of stuff. Archangel Michael, all this shit's going to show up in the sky.
Just like it's basically,
and
like,
it's all through a projector, and it's like, and no matter what state or country you live in, whatever your belief system is in that country, that's exactly the person they're going to be putting in the sky. You know, so if it's in Greek, you know, Greece, it's going to be the, you know, the mythology. If it's in Rome, it's going to be Christ and, you know, and God. If it's, or who knows, at this point it might even be the damn Pope. But every Islam,
single person,
I mean, it's
every single person that's on some sort of social media profile already has a meta version of themselves that has been cloned and created of their consciousness. So they already know what to curate to you. They know what your religion is. They know what books you listen to.
That'll be our next
all of it.
show.
Definitely.
But this game,
so there's this
basically
game,
telling us,
which is called Evil Genius 2: World Domination. Now this is the second one. Now I'm not knocking video games, but this basically tells you, here, let's train you. If you were someone who is evil, how does an evil person think? What do they do? How do they manipulate the masses? So, you know, and it's got all these great reviews and everything from these, you know, basically these media centers that promote the, you know, the entertainment side of it, but it's entertaining, and it's actually containing the mind. So it says cruel constructions. Every villain needs an island lair, so pick your paradise and put your own sinister stamp on it. Shape the internal structure of your hazardous hideaway to fit your playstyle, and construct wondrous and wicked devices for your minions to put to use.
This is no joke. So for all the
Atrocious
families out there,
anti-heroes.
for you that have kids that play video games, because we play video games.
Sure.
When we saw these two, especially the organ trading video game that's out, if you have children and you don't know anything about, honestly, about Project Bluebeam, if you know nothing about it from the 50s, then you're going to be in a lot of trouble if you don't catch up to what's going on right now. And if you do not see what they're throwing in front of us with regards to eating humans, I'm at a loss. I don't know. We're not here to wake anybody else up. Now we're here to just make fun of all the things we've talked about where people thought we were conspiracy theorists and we were made fun of and we're whack jobs and we're crazy and all these things for years, shunned and made, talked about behind our backs, and just character assassination and just all these things. And now, here, fast forward to now, it's all proof in the pudding. It's all validated and it's all right in front of us. And we get this stuff where people just don't believe that there is any of this stuff within the dome. And you know what? Good for you. More power to you. But
ignorance can be bliss.
But unfortunately, that is a third dimensional consciousness, because if you look at all the way back from 1901, this was already in the making since then in the dome. So the literature's there, the articles are there, the books are there, and a lot of people who wrote this stuff back in the day were miraculously, suspiciously died several years later. So, they wanted the truth to be suppressed.
And when you look at these video games that can introduce alter culture, right? So this one in particular, Destroy All Humans 2, Reprobed. So it's going off of the whole thing with people saying they've been abducted and they got probed, right? So
it's all bullshit.
It from that standpoint, I mean, it says Crypto, that's the name of the alien, is back with a license to probe. The alien invader returns groovier than ever. Experience the swinging 60s and all the chemical-induced glory, and take revenge on the KGB for blowing up your mothership. You'll have to form alliances with members of the very species you came to enslave.
I mean, they're telling us the KGB is there.
And
they're
putting
it in a video game. For those who don't know about KGB, trust me, you're going to want to know. They're the cabal.
Check this out. This is just from these minds.
Ignorant to what's in front
Show
of us.
those hippies who's boss using classic weapons and new technology like the meteor shower. Explore 1960s Mother Earth and unload your trusty saucer all over her fictional cities.
Fictional cities.
Defend.
They're telling us that the dome is real.
A much larger, much more open world from those who seek to undermine your mission. Hoover up humans like a vacuum from different countries and grind them up into DNA cocktails to upgrade your skills.
You believe this?
Invite a friend over for a twosome and enjoy the full story in local 2-player split screen co-op. Now, I'm not knocking the authors or the creators or anything, but listen to what they just said. If a child's playing this, or even just someone,
we're giving them that video games and movies are our documentaries.
But think of this, like I said, this alter culture where you play as the alien destroying your own race. What does that do to someone psychologically? Even though it's a fictional reality, they're saying the 1960s is fictional cities. Isn't that interesting?
Mm-hmm.
That's all for that.
I just think I'm silent only because it's like, they're telling us what's happening.
Mm-hmm. They have to.
They're telling us.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, I don't know. What do you want to talk about now?
Well, let's take some questions, shall we?
Sure.
Let's do that.
Sure.
We can
Let's
do that.
take questions from the tribe. Go ahead. What do you got?
What is there? Let me see.
I don't know. We're silenced too long though, and we're live, so we can't be silenced for a long time.
Anybody have any questions for us?
I'm sure people have a lot of questions, but I'm going to repeat what I say. Everybody needs to look up the history of Project Bluebeam.
Mm-hmm.
We've been researching it for years. I've known about it for a long time. The reason why we're bringing it up is because it's all played out. We're on the final part of it.
There's some video games I won't play because of what I'm actually consenting to. And it's an implied consent, not an informed consent. Think about movies, what we like, TV shows, rooting for the bad guy, right? They shift the whole narrative, and you're kind of rooting for the psychopath, right? I mean, look at Dexter. And I'm like, this guy's killing people, but he only kills bad people. It's like, well, kind of, but not because he only wants to kill bad people. They're just like basically, you know, they're the feeding trough for the dark passenger, right?
Yep. All right, so we got some interesting stuff coming up. For those who don't know, Walker and I do cellular vitality resets. We've been doing them for a while now. If many of you are new to us, cellular vitality resets are done with us together. You have 45 minutes to, usually they go an hour, where I do a intuitive scan of the body, show you where the cat ball sits. It's the medical intuition side. I don't even like to use the word medical anymore, but it's something I've always done with my patients for 20 plus years. I've been in practice. And I circle out these cat balls. You get to talk to us about some of the things you're experiencing. And then Walker, I get these numerical numbers where these cat balls light up. And those are where the codes need to be sort of, what's the word, like infused, spectra infused back in order to shift the vibration. All cells are energy, and everything is run by energy and frequency. So the vibrational frequency can be changed, but there's certain codes that are within the DNA, within our alien origination. So the spirit will say some of these numbers, and then Walker will go in and recode these areas of imbalances and things like that. And then that is done through a meditation. And then at the end, we offer our recommendations of how to sort of course correct from within and realign the body, as well as getting your chakras back into place. You're sort of getting a chakra balance at the same time. And then we offer our recommendations through, whether it's through herbal support or essential oil support or supplemental support, whatever it is. It's not medical advice by any means, but it is recommendations based on things we've used with people. So, and then you use your own discernment. So that is something that we offer at Motherella.com or Avatar Armory, called Cellular Vitality Reset. You get a copy of the meditation and the video and the whole entire session and consultation with us. Right now, the price is still at $216, right? And like I said, you're getting a whole bunch of stuff in that 45 minutes. So something you might want to consider. We are still doing the galactic star readings, as well as the children, this rainbow child readings. Those have been amazing. We've done several this week. We love doing those, but that is getting you back to your origination. We channel your alien origination, and then also the child's alien origination, and seeing where you guys all fit in. It's so cool and it's awesome. And you get to connect with at least one guide, and gives you your soul mission, which is different than your life path and purpose. What?
Council member.
Council member. Cancel, clear, delete. Cancel, clear, delete. What in the fuck? I just said that. It is not your guide. Spirit guides are in the lower realm there.
But there's
one of your galactic council
there's the things
members
that your brain's thinking, and then there's the thing that
they keep programming.
Yeah, they keep sending out an impulse.
Bitches. All right. So.
And those rainbow readings for the child, normally the child is under 18 and doesn't necessarily, in some cases, doesn't necessarily have or know everything about them. And it's more so for the adult to understand what this these new breed of children coming in, these crystalline children, and why they don't function in the world the way that their adult counterparts do, why they don't want to work, why they don't have any desire to, go to school. All of these things are here because these children can see past the matrix control, the mind control matrix, and they don't see anything shifting or changing. They're not going to move in any direction unless it's in a direction of their own creations.
Yeah. So if you want to join us, Motherella.com, AvatarArmory.com, the Tribe of Eden Vimeo group, like I said, $20 a month is at vimeo.com/on-demand /Tribe of Eden. And
Mary Louisa says, can you remember parts of your past lives? Some parts we have written about in the book, in the actual Tribe of Eden on demand. We have
the book that we wrote
there
should activate your past lives on its own. If for anyone who's in the tribe, if you did the bonus video where I said to keep your sacred journal and you have been writing notes, a lot of your own there's a method to our madness in that book. We are actually teaching you to channel yourself. You just might not see it because you're thinking it's just videos of discussion. No, the reason why we have the sacred journal in the bonus video at the beginning and told you to have it from the very beginning is because as you're writing the notes and as you're writing the storyline of the beginning of time, beginning of Eden and how humanity came to be in the real story, not the stuff that has been suppressed, hidden, taken out, pulled out, stored under, the Vatican and shit like that, you will start to remember and activate your own past memory of your soul origination. And then obviously when we do the galactic read, it tells you who you are as a soul and it tells you what your soul mission is. And right after that reading is when people are usually activated. So when you're meeting your council members, it's very easy to connect. Your past lives are more from the Akashic records. So the soul mission is to live a vibrational life after you've learned all your lessons, which are your path and purpose, which is from your Akashic records. So they're two dynamically different connections, different lessons, two different soul path and purpose and mission is two different energy aspects
and then
of
her
life.
follow-up was, my daughter tells me about her past lives and she's 7.
Yeah, because
anyone
pay attention to that, because anyone under 25 has already came in with the full consciousness. They're already knowing their soul mission. They're already connected. They're coming in without the trauma. They're called crystalline children. We actually did a whole show on it. You can watch it on the YouTube channel of Motherella. Go down to the crystalline children episode, and that will make sense, Mary Louisa, for your daughter. So anything else?
Somebody asked something about, if you just scroll back a little bit, she said, can you do a reading on a child that can't speak?
Yes, absolutely. We can tap in. And actually the reading is not done with the child. It's done with the approval and consent of the parent. And it's through sending a selfie, in a real-time selfie. So the selfie has to be done at least within the 30 days. We prefer to get it like the day that you book. But it has to be in real time. And so all we do is read the picture. We never meet the child.
And so much about
and then it's deleted
what we do with both the galactic star origin and the rainbow readings is we're not telling you what you are. It's our council and your council who knows you better than you know yourself. And that's the whole connection to the council. They're telling us.
Yes.
Because what the council wants when it comes to star lineage is they want their star seed volunteers back.
Yep. So, well, we're so glad you guys interacted with us tonight, and the show is really changing direction for season 4 massively. So we're kind of having fun this next week or two. We are off for 2 weeks. Season 3 completes the week of Christmas, and Walker and I might do a special little shout out for our 1-year anniversary is coming up. So we might talk about that for the next episode. But either way, we'll be off for 2 weeks, and the show will return January 12th for season 4. So you're going to want to tune in the next couple of weeks.
And lots of juicy stuff coming up in the Tribe of Eden TV, Vimeo on demand. Obviously, that won't be going on a break.
Right.
Just to be clear.
Right. Exactly.
All right, everyone. Take great care. We love you.
We love you.
Go ahead and check out our Tribe of Eden TV Instagram. We have an Instagram page. It's official. So check that out. Join, follow. We're posting every day.
For sure.
Okay. Take great care.
Good night.
Good night, everyone.